Trump and Border Czar Holman are sending the National Guard to Los Angeles to quell the riots. These riots are against the ICE agents who arrested illegal immigrants on Friday. And these ICE agents were then basically cordoned off, basically kidnapped, essentially put in a garage and surrounded by 800 to 1,000 protesters. And these protesters have been attacking ICE cars, throwing chunks of concrete through windows. It's amazing nobody has been offed by this exercise as of yet. But Trump and Holman are going to send send the National Guard in to quell this riot, which has been branded by many as an insurrection. And the thing that disturbs me about this and why I'm bringing it to you is that there are signs that this is being coordinated, and I'm going to show you that. And there's indications that the intention is to turn this into another summer of love, like we had, well, the city's getting burnt during the Floyd riots just a few years ago. So is that what we're in store for? Is this the beginning of a civil war? My friends, I keep telling you guys to be prepared. We don't want to just have threats on the outside. There's stuff going on here on the inside that you need to be ready for. You need to get prepared. I'm Greg Allison with Green Gregs. I bring this to you as a warning to get ready for what might be a really bad summer coming up, where there may be a lot of challenges that you need to prepare yourself for to keep you and your family safe. Now, I'm going to get into the news articles on this and let you see exactly what's going down. So bear with me just a minute here. And here we are. This is President Trump has broken his silence on the ongoing anti-ICE raids in Los Angeles. He's saying that federal government is going to crush the rioters and looters. And he says this is the way it should be solved. And he further said, if Governor Gavin Newsom of California and Mayor Karen Bass of Los Angeles can't do their jobs, which everyone knows they can't, then the federal government will step in and solve the problem. Riots and looters, the way it should be solved. That's what Trump wrote. So, guys, and indeed, it appears that Newsom and that group has been thwarting this. This is coming to us from the Independent and the U.S. edition of it. I believe that is a British rag. So this can also be found on The Hill and many other news outlets. Now, White House slams L.A. insurrection as protests erupt over deportation raids. And this is coming from Stephen Miller, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff. He has termed this as an insurrection. And he says, an insurrection against the laws and sovereignty of the United States. That's what he says it is. He has doubled down on this, calling it a violent insurrection. Now, my friends, the public elected by popular vote Donald John Trump. And the number one reason, the number one thing cited in support of him was to end the illegal immigration and to deport these immigrants. So all this effort is thwarting the will of the people. That's what it boils down to. So Trump and his administration are trying to do the job they were elected to do. And now that started Friday, there were arrests. 45 were arrested during the ICE raids. Now, who are they arresting? They're mainly arresting gang members, violent criminals. Anybody, though, that crosses the border illegally has committed a crime and should be subject to deportation. So here we go. Now, I'm not saying you deport all the immigrants. I've had people that have listened to too much news media, and they go, oh, my great-grandmother was an immigrant. Am I going to get deported? No. Legal importation, legal immigration is good. And we need legal immigration, but it needs to be legal. We need to vet who's coming in this country. That's what it boils down to in my book. We need to vet who comes in. So you don't get members of gangs, drug gangs. So you don't get terrorists coming in. People that want to join sleeper cells and take down our communities. It's already been said that Iran has sleeper cells in almost every county in the United States. That's not a good thing if we should go to war with them. And our situation with China may be far worse. Anyway, so violent protest ensued. Started with 40 people, and then the report says 44, up to 45. Yasmin Pitts O'Keefe, the Homeland Security, said 44 individuals were administratively arrested. U.S. Attorney General Bill Asaley, he confirmed to NBC Los Angeles that the search warrants were served at businesses Friday. They had search warrants because there were probable cause that they were using fictitious documents to employ people. We know that occurs. Following one of the rallies, hundreds of demonstrators marched along the streets of downtown LA. There were at least one incident of vandalism. This is how it started out. This is the beginning, and then it escalates, guys. The violent targeting of law enforcement in Los Angeles is by lawless protesters is despicable. These men and women work every day, putting their lives on the line to protect and defend the lives of American citizens. Mayor Bass ICE is not responsible for what she called sowing a sense of terror. That's what she said. And here's Mayor Bass. Oh, they're sowing a sense of terror in the communities. Like, we can't go in and deport people. My friends, look, with things going down, you can expect our infrastructure to be disrupted. Grow your own food. I keep telling you that. Check out my links I'll put in this video to True Leaf Market and Eden Brothers, where you can buy non-GMO heirloom seeds, the ones that you can harvest the seeds from and plant new seeds, not like hybrid seeds you often get at your garden center. So this is how you keep your garden growing. And I've got a lot of older videos on this channel that teach you about that. And I got my own seeds over here. I just got in about a big order. So there we go. Let's get back to the story. This is on Mayor Bass. She was saying, let's see if we can go back here.
Outrage that this has happened.
Outrage this has happened. Outrage this has happened. I don't know if I can get the sound up. It's pretty low volume. Okay. The worst.
Worse. There were a number of locations where ICE raided today.
Yeah.
And, to me, when these things happen, it sows a sense of terror.
Sows a sense of terror. Well, you shouldn't have came in illegally. You shouldn't have been an illegal gang member. I guess illegal gang members trading drugs and trafficking people don't sow a source of terror. Holy smoke. What is she talking about? She's yapping off her head. National Guard to be deployed in Los Angeles County as anti-ICE protests rage, according to Border Czar Tom Homan. And there he is talking about that. I'm not going to play that. But anyway, my friends, so this is what's going down. This is going down. Well, here in Zero Hedge, it's on Fox, it's on Zero Hedge. Now, this is where it's interesting. Riots erupted at LA facility by, and they say it was actually facilitated by a Mexican BLM clone and unleashed as a color revolution operation. And according to this article, they're tied into the NGO networks, the ones like Elon was trying to defund with Doge. And this is Union de Barrio. This is an organization, and they were putting out alerts calling for people to come down and join the riots, LA emergency protests. Come join the protest. So ICE says hundreds of members in our community kidnapped. Well, they're the ones that got kidnapped, but you can see what's happening here. Support needed now. So they're putting out calls for support. They're putting this stuff out. And according to this article, they've tried to have something on the par with the Floyd riots earlier, with Trump and the Doge-related efforts, and the things that they had tried before just didn't pick up, but they're trying to use this to instigate some of that. So are we talking about another, as I said, summer of love, another summer where they, and showing their love, they burn down cities? Oh my gosh, guys, what's coming here? Is this is why I said we may be at the inception of some type of internal civil war. I don't know. Let's hope not. But it's not looking good. But in further news, this is a little bit earlier article from way back in the middle, 15 May, where DHS has actually been requesting 20,000 National Guard troops to help with mass deportations. Well, maybe they'll get that request now. So, there's more to this story. And here from Channel 4 News here out of, where's this out of? Anyway, they've just Sonola gang apparently got intercepted. The U.S. intercepts 50,000 kilos. That's 100,000 pounds, guys. It's more than 100,000 pounds of meth. There's 2.2 pounds per kilo. So it's over 100,000 pounds of meth-making chemicals bound for the Sinaloa cartel from China. Yeah, they like to lace that with fentanyl. So there you go. This is why our border needs to be secure. These are the people that traffic in this stuff are the ones they're trying to arrest first and foremost. So keep that in mind, guys. There's a bunch of this stuff on X. I got to be careful. I don't want to just scan through here because some of this stuff they show is violence, which this platform will, hit my video if I post some of this stuff. I don't know, some channels get away with it. They definitely strike me if I do that, so I'm not going to show any of those type of videos. We're going to stay away from that. Anyway, but just for the background, guys, give you a sense of what all's been going on. Newsom administration holds closed door cooperation talks with the Chinese Communist Party. You got to be kidding me. They just did this a couple days ago. Well, a few days ago, on the 3rd of June. That's when this was posted. Not quite a week ago. Look at him. Oh, my God. That's a strange stare from Governor Newsom, as Trump likes to call him. Anyway, the meetings will take place on the sidelines of the China-California Business Forum. Remember when Xi Jinping last went to L.A., they rolled out the red carpet for him and flung Chinese Communist Party flags out everywhere. My goodness, guys. And more. Over. Here's another thing you got to understand. ICE agents have had their pictures posted. And they're now threatening to dox all the ICE agents. So the ones that have had their pictures posted have been attacked. They've been attacked. Some of them have been attacked ferociously in their homes and other places. So because of that, they've got private. They decided to wear a mask. So you force them into wearing masks, and this Boston Mayor Wu comes out and compares them to a neo, what group? I'm not even going to say the word here, but you see what the language says. I don't even think she said the word neo. I think she just said they're this thing right here. She said they're all that. That's basically what she said. Because they wear masks. Well, we forced them to by doxing them. And so she's just being not helpful at all. Anyway, my friends, I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to chat for a minute. We're going to call it a video here. Anyway, so here's what's happening. They are doing everything they can. They have done everything they can to bring these people in, unvetted, unscreened, anybody and everybody that can come into this country. And then when you try to get the worst of the worst out, I'm talking the drug cartel members, the members of MS-13 and the like, they fight it with tooth and nail. They rebrand people that are involved in, trafficking of people, women, minors, as trying to make them sound like, oh, they're just normal family members in the United States, like the Michigan man who's on his way back to this country to be tried for trafficking of individuals. Said he's run over 100 trafficking operations across the border, maybe 21 times. That he's even been caught requesting child, I don't want to say the words, the photographs. I don't know. But he's a father, even though, let's say, he's was on a what do you call the orders where they keep you away, they keep out, because he was committing violence apparently upon the baby mama. So withholding orders, withholding orders, guys. This is I don't know. They want to open the borders wide open, let the gang members in, let them keep roaming the country. They want to get rid of law enforcement, and they want to take your means of self-defense from you. How does that add up? You tell me. How does that add up? I have a hard time seeing that. I really do. So that's what you got. Now we may have a summer of love. Oh, it gets real hot in the summer of love, like burning cities. Oh my gosh. Let's hope that don't come to pass. And vigilance by citizens, hopefully, can help stem that. So you see something strange, report it. Oh my gosh, guys, we're getting into rough times. You got to get ready, be prepared, get your preps together. And the best preps is growing your own food, growing your own garden, true leaf. You can see I got a big box here of seeds, and I'm about to put them in the ground out here. I just got to get my pump set in, which I'll do tomorrow, so I can make sure I can water all this stuff. I got the water in a big tank. I just got to be able to pump it, to have pressure on it. Right now, when I do the hose, I feed with a hose and spigot, it comes out like a little trickle. So I got to work on that. I'll get that worked out. Anyway, I want to thank you, friends, for watching. Please share my videos, bang the bell, and click all to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, this platform has a tendency to unsubscribe people, so check, make sure you're still subscribed, and please share the videos. And I just want to say with that, thank you for watching. Greg out.